So the question is, are you ready to listen? I just came out of the shower. My husband brought me home this, I think it's called a gimbal. It makes me think of gimbals in Elf. It's not as exciting as gimbals in Elf, you know? This gimbal, I need multiple. So what came through? So much is changing. So many roads are becoming clear as paths for you to potentially take. But you just don't know where to go. You're just like sitting at the starting line and like, you're just being held. You're just being held. You're just being held. You're like, the engine is revving. You know you're gonna go really stinking fast. You know you were going to run this race, but you just don't know which path to go down. There's a winding road to your left, a straight and narrow to the center, and off to the right, it's like there's some fog. There's some fog, but there's something that's like, oh, there's probably like a frog in there, or like, I don't know, there's gotta be something in there for me, right? Like, why would this path be here if it's just fog? And like, no path is wrong. But you think that 2 of 3 of them are bad. Or there's this opinion that by taking one path, you're then losing the lessons and the values of the other 2. Or the other 12 for that matter. Anyone else? I feel like there's like 12 paths in front of me, and like, you know, it's like the 7 of Cups, you know, like one of them probably has a snake. You'd think I would know the symbolism, but I don't. But basically, like, one has a snake, one has a blue jay, one has a bottle of wine. You know, like, it's not that it's bad. Look how beautiful my tree is. It's not that any of them are bad. There's just a lot of choice. 2, 2, 2. Sometimes I do my best thinking when I'm walking. I saw a couple YouTubers like going for walks in the woods and like holding their camera, and I was like, that seems like a lot of fun actually. I'm just in my room, I'm just pacing. So this message. This eclipse portal this season, it's been wild. Probably if you're here, if you're watching this, you're probably feeling it too. If you just happen to find this video and like you're not somebody that follows astrology, like that's okay. Try not to be turned off by some of the astrological terms that might be thrown out. There's a lot to just kind of digest with this type of lens. And it's okay if it doesn't connect right away. Sometimes you just need some time, some experience. So we're in the middle of this portal, yeah. And so one of my favorite YouTube guides, Sarah Botticelli, I talk about her all the time. She's been using this image, and I'm gonna like put my spin on it essentially, but like, you know, in The Sims, when you're playing and then you can just like pick your people up and just like whoosh, and like throw them across the game, and like they were just like, well, I was gonna get some pop, I was gonna go to the bathroom, and then you just like throw them where there's like nothing going on, and they're just like, okay, I'll just like start walking around and like see what's going on around here, and like see what I'm gonna do, and like, oh, maybe there's a bathroom, oh, there's a ride, and they're just like, okay, like I'm just in this new surrounding. They're just going about their day, and life's fine, right? They're just like, okay, I'm here now. And it kind of feels like that's the flavor of what's going on. Like, you're just getting picked up and put into places, and you're just like, okay, all right, we're here. We'll see what's up. There's a road back, maybe. You might be able to find it. but there might be a new path forward, or to the left or to the right. It's really up to you which one you want to take. But I think that this is a time for your soul to just be set free, man. Set free. There's been a lot that's been holding us all back, especially if you've been feeling like you're in this, I've been using the term, like, you know, you're getting ready to run the 100-meter hurdles, and you're like in the starting position. So you're like, you're crouched, your feet are in the thing, you're like kind of bouncing your butt, you're trying to figure out your breath rhythm, you're trying to make sure that everything's aligned so that when that gun goes off, you take the correct breath, you're like, your timing is right, like your nervous system is balanced, like you do all the things to make sure that when it says it's fucking go time, you get to go. And you don't fumble and you don't fault, and you run that race and you win. I wish for you all to win. Winning is fun. Like, life is a game, and it's not to be taken lightly, and it's not to be like Grand Theft Auto'd, in my opinion, you know? You don't do things just to do things because it's like, well, you don't do, in my opinion, you don't do bad things just to do bad things, but like, you have a lot more freedom than you think you do. And like, you may not know how it's all gonna work out, but like, there's a piece of you that knows that you can trust that it will. And like, holding on to that trust, even through the times where it seems a little scary and it seems a little dark, maybe a lot dark. Maybe you have to process. Maybe you're dealing with grief. Maybe there's sadness. Maybe there's discontentment. Maybe there's just all of the things. Yeah, there always will be all the things. You can't have the light without the dark. You just can't. You just can't. But that's the beauty. You know, when people talk about like pursuing happiness, it's like, that's a fleeting, there's an internal happiness, an internal bliss state that you can say is happiness. But I would like to call it more of like a bliss. This internal knowing, this internal safety, this internal just understanding. There's no longing for connection, you're just connected. There's no looking for love, you are love. And there's just this peace in your heart, this unwavering peace. I just wish that for all of you. I just wish that for all of us. The world would feel like a much better place if we all were able to consistently tap into love, peace, joy, abundance, gratitude. It doesn't mean that we're rejecting all the bad in the world. We're just saying, yes, and. Yes, and I deserve to feel safe. I deserve to have my cup full. I deserve to be secure in my place in this world. Because from that place, from that inner knowing, from that center, there is a well that is just waiting for you to tap into in order to then help fill the cups of other people. Help fill the cups of the world. Fill the fountains of the world. And that is the message for today, my friends. Have a beautiful day. I hope you enjoyed this little vloggy scene in my tree. We'll see you soon.